in the FIBA Basketball World Cup European qualifiers as Latvia host Great Britain. And Latvia, in game day 9, punched their ticket for the World Cup for the first time in their history, so doubtless will be in celebratory mood tonight. One of 3 games going on in this group. Serbia and Turkey tip off later, followed by Belgium and Greece in the last game of the evening in this group. This is the standings. You can see Latvia top and through to the World Cup with 6 wins and only 1 defeat. Great Britain at the bottom with the reverse record, just 1 win to show for their opening 7 encounters. They cannot qualify now for Asia and the World Cup next year, but what they can do is try and get themselves a little bit of momentum in these last couple of windows to try and turn things around. Obviously a disappointing summer last year, earlier this year in Eurobasket as well, as the lights go out and the home team is getting ready to be introduced. And they have been sensational, particularly at the offensive end through qualifying Latvia. And winning on the road in Greece on Friday night by 20 to make sure they are going to the World Cup. Obviously, they had the disappointment of missing out on Eurobasket earlier this year, the first one in over 20 years that they'd not been at. But they've used that as fuel to make sure they don't miss out on the global showpiece that is the World Cup next year. And the fans, I'm sure, will give them a rousing welcome tonight, and they'll be hoping that they can cap off this window with yet another victory. They've won 8 in a row in qualifying. It's a close meeting between these 2 teams when they played in the summer up in Newcastle in the northeast of England. Latvia with Porzingis in the lineup only just managed to see off Great Britain. That one was close right to the end. That's kind of been the story at times for Great Britain. Certainly on Friday night against Serbia, right there at the death, but just couldn't quite get themselves over the line. And sometimes the small margins, the bounces of the ball, is the difference between 1 and 6 and a record that puts you in contention for the qualification. But there's no doubt about Latvia's qualification with 6 wins and 1 defeat through qualifying. We will pause now for the national anthems of the 2 countries as the crowd rise to their feet. First of all, we'll have the national anthem of Great Britain. And now for the national anthem of Latvia. Well, a fabulous rendition by the home crowd here at Arena Riga as the coaching staffs meet at mid-court before heading back to the benches to go through their final thoughts. Mark Stoodle there, the interim Great Britain coach, as he has been through all of these qualifiers. He's done a really good job, has to be said, the Newcastle Eagles head coach, with this Great Britain lineup when he's been in charge, but they haven't been able to turn that into wins, and that will be the frustration, not only for him and the players, but for the fans back home. Josh Sharma there of the London Lions, looking for his first taste of the action, having made his debut on Friday, didn't get onto court. Maybe he'll get some minutes here today. Great Britain certainly put up a very impressive defensive showing in that game, but weren't able to put the points on the board to win it. And that's going to be challenged tonight against a very good offensive unit of Latvia, our third team on the court. The three officials: Radomir Vojinovic of Montenegro, Karsten Stauber of Germany, and Ventislav Velikov of Bulgaria, the three men with the whistles for tonight's game. Great Britain, as they go through their warm-up, this is their starting five. It's a slight change from the five that started the other day. Devon van Oostrom, who wins his 50th cap for Great Britain, into the lineup, just the 14th player to reach 50 appearances for Great Britain, and he gets a start on that landmark occasion. And there is Coach Stoodle, who's officially the assistant coach, but through the qualifiers he has been the interim head coach. And as I say, he's been very popular with the players through all of that as well. Giannis Tima, who had a great game in the Friday night contest in Greece, as did the whole team, to be fair. They had a lot of scoring. This is the starting five for Latvia. It is the same starting five that went against Greece. Just one change for Coach Banki in the lineup for today's game compared to Friday. Andrzej Przesniak comes in for Marius Steenbergs. Other than that, it's the same lineup. Well, there we go. It's the same lineup. That totally put me off there. That went on Friday night as the Latvian fans come to celebrate, having punched their ticket on the road. This is their first opportunity to show their appreciation to their team.
When we go over, we want to protect with this guy and this guy, okay? If they go through the big man catch, again, same stuff. End of last second after, if they reach green, ready to run. If they go full speed, ready to switch in two people against peel-off, okay? This is our first call, okay? Then hammer the ball inside using 4 down, 5 4 side. We have size gap with him, okay? Let's go, guys.
Well, Coach Banki there giving the defensive instructions first of all, but then looking to attack Great Britain inside. Gabe Olusheni there, the only really recognized big that they have, that they use at least. Obviously Sharma on the bench hasn't featured as yet, so it isn't the biggest lineup, Great Britain, but they do have some good defensive players who can guard undersized, including Jamel Anderson, their number 33 in your screen, who didn't feature much in Eurobasket, but into the starting lineup for these two qualifiers. And I think it is for his defensive prowess, although he has been playing well at the offensive end of the floor as well for the Cheshire Phoenix this season. As the two teams make their way out onto court, high fives all around, we're almost ready to go. And we are underway in Arena Riga as Latvia get the first possession of the ball game. Into Tima, looking to back down, shovels the pass off. Three doesn't go. Chavez with the rebound, almost stolen by Wheatle. Tima forcing it inside, and a little reaching foul there on Anderson. Chavez. Oh, they were given easy shots there. Both of them could have shot it. Bertrand's passed it up to Timo, who then passed it right back to him. They were both wide open with just one defender there. And in the end, the foul is committed. Darius Bertrand will go to the line to shoot three. First point of the game on the board. Darius Bertans had 15 points on Friday night in the first game. Oh, Shani's in way too early there. It doesn't matter as the free throw is made. And he's got the first 3 points of this game. Latvia showing a little full court zone press here just to throw Great Britain out of sync. Van Oostrom crosses midcourt. Here's Nelson. Room for Nelson inside to Olesheni, whose foul goes through the contact, and that basket will count. He'll go to the line for an extra free throw. Tima is the one who's called for it. He certainly looks surprised. It's actually Chavez who's been given it on the stat sheet. That's why Tima looks surprised, because it wasn't on him. Olesheni, who was excellent as always for Great Britain on Friday night, gets the first 3 points of the board for Great Britain, ties the game up. Strelnieks looking for something, goes inside. Konjulis, no way past Anderson, kicks it back out to Yanis. Tima for three, and he knocks down the triple. Working in threes here on the opening couple of plays of the game. 3 free throws, an and one and a three-pointer, all different variations, almost stolen away by Strelnieks. It will go Latvia's way as it came off Nelson last. There's another look at Tima enjoying that three-pointer. Just got to get a little closer to him, or else that will be the result. There's Bertans, foul called on the baseline. I think it's on Wheatle. Be his first personal foul. Inbounded to Tima. Chavez up top. Nice little pick and roll action and the extra pass. Grajulis underneath. Great ball movement. And again, Tima needs to get this one away. Gets it off in time. Misses everything. But Great Britain come down with the rebound. So the game continues. Nelson slipping is Olesheni to the basket for the easy lay-in. .65 in the first couple of minutes here in this European qualifier. Stolen away by Nelson. Van Oostrom under pressure, and illegal pressure it is. That foul will go against Grajulis. Ostrom. On to Nelson. Again working with Olusheni in the pick and roll. Olusheni sees Anderson sneaking back door underneath, trying to scoop one up, but it won't go. Strelnets dishes it off. Grzulis wanted it in the key, but didn't come his way. Tense. Chavez kicks out to the corner, nice pass, wide open once again. Strelnex had all the room in the world there. Wheatle looking to attack. Kick back out, Van Oostrom for three off the mark. Wheatle bats it loose. That will be a Latvia possession. Well, the one thing you know about Latvia is you can't give Strelnex the sort of room that he got on that previous play. He's been scoring really well. The one game he didn't really put up big numbers was against Great Britain in the reverse fixture. He only had 7 in that game. Great Britain will need to do a better job to keep him to a low number like that again. Well, here is a first appearance for Quinn Ellis for Great Britain, the youngster from Sheffield. Into the game for the first time. Nice extra pass and jammed in by Grzulis. Well, Ellis was another one who got his first appearance for Great Britain on Friday, but didn't get on court. So this is his first minutes. Nelson is fouled. Smart play from Luke Nelson. We saw that Darius Bertans was not really in a great defensive position and thought, I got a chance for maybe a 4-point play, but he will go to the line for 3 free throws. Nelson, who's very much the British talisman in recent years, gets his first free throw to go. You could see from his body language he wasn't convinced that one was going in. And he was right in that. Two out of 3 for Luke Nelson. Cuts the gap to 4. 4 minutes gone. Latvia already with 11 points on the board. I said at the top, they are a team that can certainly put the ball in the basket. His team are trying to do exactly that, but an easy offensive rebound. Grzulis all on his own, like he was the defensive player there. Olusheni putting it on the floor. Goes to a little baby hook and finds its way in over the front of the rim. Tima brings it forward. Zoric, again wide open. They just lost him about 3 times. Andreas Grzulis has probably had the easiest 6 points he'll ever score in an international game. Nelson, contested 3, is short. Williams going after the rebound, but Grzulis beats him to it. Zoric looking for room along the baseline, denied by Ellis. Back out it comes to Tima. Catch and shoot, tough one, contested one there from Bertans. Williams gets the rebound. Wheatle up in the air, out to Williams. Williams dumps it off. Olusheni on the rim is able to put 2 more on the board for Great Britain. Cut the gap to 4 hits. At this end of the floor that the Brits have been struggling. 15 is a lot to give up in 5 minutes, 6 minutes. That's turned over. Williams kicks it out to Nelson. Nelson has a think, then goes to the rim and lays it in. And Coach Banky's seen enough on that. Great Britain, with a couple of plays in a row, have got a bit of momentum here in this first quarter. And he's going to call for time with his side leading, but leading by only a couple.
If they take away the first option all year, we don't want to stop. Don't make sloppy passes. Angle. Skip the angle. Go to the zoom at the next guy. Okay? Play aggressive. And then in defense, we are not making foul. And we let the ball enter. And the people really play. Come on. Stay sound. System. Okay? First offense is one down. Okay? Yanni, get open. You screen. You receive the ball.
Well, this is what Coach Banky's not been happy about, saying in that timeout that his team have not been committing fouls, just allowing people to get to the rim. Bit more of a contest on that one from Olesheni, but just too easy for the big fella. He's such a smooth scorer in that low post. He's got 9 of Great Britain's points already. And he'll be right at the top of the scout report before the game. So it's not like they've been caught by surprise. Zoric brings it forward. Zoric's pass from Tima is a little overcooked. Zoric looked like he might have had the lane. Oh, that's through the hands of Wheatle and out of bounds. Well, the offense slowed a little bit here for Latvia in the last couple of minutes. Can they get it going again? A couple of sloppy turnovers. Zoric on the switch. There's Grajulis again with room, and Olesheni with the rebound. Ellis bringing it forward. Wheatle finds room along the baseline, kicks out Whelan in the corner for 3, a little short. Tried to chase down his own rebound, but Tima beat him to it. Latvia quick down court. Zoric backs out for 3. That's one of them where it's got to go in, really. Little chance of an offensive rebound. There's Whelan on the near side. Trying to get it in, but it's poked away by Tima. 5 on the shot clock. Wheatle needs to go to work. Pulls up from the top of the key. And Cole Wheatle knocks down his first points of the game. Ties it up at 15. Stromlex around the screen, turns the corner. Ooh, kicked it out. Slight deflection there, but it got to the intended recipient of Zoric's. I think Wertan's deliberately guided that in the right direction. Lomash, sorry. Olesheni, that's better defense from Latvia on him. Made it much more like hard work. Pashesnik's doing a good job there. That pass somehow found a way to the shooter. That was the important thing. And here is the first sighting in a Great Britain shirt on court of Josh Sharma. Lomash steps back to the elbow, knocks it down, tough shot. Rickard's Lomash falling down, but hitting the shot all the same. Whelan. Sharma rolling to the basket. Williams putting on the floor. Ellis wide open for 3. A little short, and it falls down into the hands of Lomash. Ooh, Zoric kind of tossed it up in the air, but Pashesnik's able to come down with a loose ball. Wheatle gets his hand on that. Good steal from Carl Wheatle. Now looking to run the floor. Has it knocked away? Ooh, somebody's come up hobbling there, but Zoric is running it back. Whelan with the rebound. It's Pashesnik who seemed to hurt himself in knocking the ball loose. He seems to be moving a bit better now, and he's moving well enough to deny Patrick Whelan. Zoric gets it back from Timo. Here comes the screen from Pashesnik. Rolls to the basket. Great pass, but Pashesnik's too much on the lay-in. About a 5-6 second differential between shot and game clock here. Latvia with the last 5 points. It was tied at 15. Ellis running it down. Sharma comes for the screen, gets the switch. Ellis, nice pass. What a beautiful assist from Quinn Ellis. And Josh Sharma gets his first points for Great Britain, but he's got to chase back because Pashesnik is all the way down court, and he gets the final word on this opening quarter. Well, he kind of was left alone because he got beat by Ellis, and Great Britain slow to recover, give up the 2 points that they just put on the board. And we've reached the end of the first quarter here in Riga. Latvia 22, Great Britain 17. Well, here's the numbers. Great Britain doing their damage inside, 7 of 10, but haven't made a 3. A bit more balance from the Latvians in terms of where they're getting their shots from. Everybody's got their phones out to light up the arena here in Riga. We'll take a look back at the action from the opening quarter. And, well, it was all in threes for the first couple of minutes. And Latvia looking smooth as they have done pretty much all qualification. Getting good looks, open threes, easy stuff in and around the rim. Great Britain, for their part, were getting decent looks in the paint, but yet to trouble the scorers from three-point range. That'll be something they have to get going, but they did at least tighten up their defense as the quarter went on, because Latvia got to 15 points after 5.5 minutes. So in the last 4:30, it really slowed back down to a tempo Great Britain will be more accustomed to, or certainly it's the way they have a chance, because they probably don't quite have as much offensive firepower as this Latvian team to win a game in the 90s. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with everything international basketball at Courtside 1891. Scan the QR code, and you can keep on track of all the action, scores, schedules, live, highlights, everything you could need at Courtside 1891. Underway in the second quarter, Great Britain, who trail Latvia by 5, will have the first possession of the period. And here's Whelan. Mockford into the game for the first time. Sharma trying to get it back to Whelan. It deflects to him. Sharma to the rim, just gets the roll. Nice attack from Josh Sharma. Zoric. Ooh, did Nelson touch that? Referee says yes. Lomash was convinced he did. Must admit, in real time, it looked like he did, but the referee was a little slow to signal. I think he was just getting clarification from if any of his colleagues had seen it better than he did. 11 on the shot clock as Ricards Lomash looks to inbound. Here's Zoritz. Time running out on the offense. Laxa for 3 off the mark. Good box out and rebound from Williams. Nice. Williams going hard to the hole. And the foul is called on Andres Przesniks. Kept it a long way out so that the swipe would have to come. He didn't get any ball, he got a lot of arm. So Jordan Williams will go to the free throw line for Great Britain. Now playing his trade on the continent. Cuts it to a 1-point game. Oh, that's tipped in by Williams, an own basket. Well, usually that goes down to the captain, but they might give it to the nearest Latvian player involved. Here's Whelan, space from the three-point line, puts it on the floor instead, gets it to Sharma, denied by Przesniks. Mayers. Inside to Przesniks, who's got the size, but he's forced to kick it out. Zoritz's 3 is off the mark. Long arms of Przesniks pull in the rebound. Lomash step back 3, in and out, but another offensive rebound for Latvia. Laxa this time coming up with the loose ball, and another 14 seconds for GB to play some defense. Lomash has the mismatch, fires up the 3, and if you give a good offensive team 3 goes at it, they're going to score in the end. Well, timeout has been called by Coach Mark Stuttel of Great Britain, as his team have slipped behind here by 7 points early in this. Full court pressure here. Just trying to shorten the shot clock more than anything else. Well, some confusion, I think, because they dropped back into his zone. Presumably, what Coach Stuttel drew up was against expecting a man defense. So Britain late in the shot clock here. Whelan puts it on the floor. Williams has to get it away here. He sees the shot clock, but he sees it too late. And the referee stops the game because he still had it in his hands. It wasn't, the shot hadn't got clear before the violation had gone. And I think they lost a tick off the clock as well. It should be 7:22 rather than 7:21. which is just the little pause in the play. There we go. Corrected now. We can get things back underway. Latvia leading Great Britain by 7 here, having started this second quarter with good intent. Nair's underneath, and there was a few of them in the first quarter where Great Britain had allowed a player get too close to the basket to really do anything about it. And the Latvian lead is now 9. Williams cutting to the basket, and this time it's an easy one for Great Britain. No help. Once Williams beat his man, he had a free, unmolested path to the basket. 16 of Great Britain's 20 points come from the painted area. Chavez will go to the line for a couple of free throws here. As Latvia hadn't quite got back into defensive structure, so Rikards Lomash takes one for the team. Jenny. Oh, it was right between the two of them. Fires up the triple. It's good. Another for Latvia. Another one for Lomash. There's the difference. 5 of 13 versus 0 of 4. Here's a guy who can make a 3. Doesn't this time. Ben Montford. He's 33-22. We will correct the score. Just having a slight technical issue. And we're at 5:20 on the clock. Here's Nelson driving through, leaves that one short. Mayers. Nice spin along the baseline. Beautiful move from Chavez. And he extends the lead to 13 points midway through this second quarter. And Latvia have really put their foot on the gas here in this second quarter. 13 points they've scored. It's similar to the first quarter, really, where they had 15 points in the first 5 or so minutes. Great Britain kept with them there. They haven't kept with them in this second quarter.
So offensively now, everything a little bit rushed. Ball's not moving, execution, giving them a chance to run.
about togetherness and that, fellas. If we don't get it moving and play our defense. In this lineup now, they're going to be in a 2-2-1 press for this possession. Back into zone. Dev, you've got the ball out. Carl and Luke, let's try and get the ball down.
Let me get. These two be here and middle. If we attack sideline and they come, this guy's wide open. Let's not fuck around with it in the middle. Let's get outside and push, but be here and be here.
But be mindful in this area, they're coming straight away on the track. Yeah, I'm with you, I'm with you.
This guy's behind me, and
okay.
If that comes, someone has to come.
We get it straight back into this one, okay? Mel, you're in that here in the short roll. Dave circle underneath, okay? Shirt against this. Hey, let's go, stay together.
Well, the first thing he said in that timeout was about the defense, and they have been outscored in this quarter 13-5. And because they've not been scoring, and you saw on the stat 5 steals for Latvia as well, that has allowed the Latvians to get out in the open court a little bit. Here's Nelson. He fires up the 3, and it doesn't go. Chavez with the rebound. A little lane opened up. Laxa in the corner. Laxa along the baseline just drops it in from about 10 feet. Van Oostrom. Back to Nelson, room for the 3. Luke Nelson off right. Myers. Good hands from Anderson, steal that away. Great defense from Jamel Anderson. Nelson changes the pace, gets to the rim, and the follow from Wheatle to make sure Britain get the scoreboard ticking. Emmons all the way to the finger roll. A little too much spin on that. Here's Nelson in the open court. He tries to go underneath, hits the deck hard. This is going to get called for the foul as Luke Nelson saw the lane. Just lost his footing as he landed. First one is good. Luke Nelson cuts the gap to 11. 3 minutes from halftime. Van Oostrom applying the pressure. Bertans. Oh, that's too nice. Laxa just stepped into that one and knocked down the triple. And that really has been the difference between the two sides in this first half. Great Britain haven't made, a foul is called, haven't made a single three-pointer. And Latvia 6 of 15 from behind the arc. And that's with the reach in. To Sharma. Nelson lobs it up, almost jammed in by Sharma. Van Oostrom all day to line that one up. Still they can't get it to go. Great Britain 0 of 8 from behind the arc. Home fans making themselves heard. Here's Bertans from behind the arc. Nelson, back to Anderson, long two. Waxer pulls in the rebound. Bertans around the screen. It's a long screen, and the foul is going to go against Luke Nelson. Zoric checking back into the game for Latvia. That the second foul of the quarter on Great Britain. So sideline ball. Boris Bertans to inbound. Szczesny's hands off to Zoric. That's an illegal screen. He's probably a little fortunate on the previous one that it went against Luke Nelson, but he wasn't getting away with the second one. Laxa sits down. Tima back into the game. Great Britain with 90-odd seconds to try and get themselves some momentum going into half-time. Wheatle backs out for three. Had a good think. Anderson was the one who timed it with the rebound. Van Oostrom splitting through the defenders, getting to the hole. Wants a foul, doesn't get one. Away come Latvia. And there's an offensive foul. I think it's down in the block. Well, Coach Banke certainly didn't see it. Grajulis it was, who, well, I think he thought he had a mismatch with Wheatle behind him, trying to post him up, and the foul goes against the Latvian man. So Van Oostrom brings it forward. Here's Ellis. Wheatle. Van Oostrom. Well, he got up in the air and he was just looking for something to happen, and he managed to get it deflected off the Latvian for an end-line ball. 3.8 on the shot clock here for Great Britain. Wheatle sneaking back. Great play from Carl Wheatle. Backed out as if he was going towards the three-point line and then attacked. Rocked the defender on his heels. Got all the way to the rim. Zoric. Running Bertans all the way around every screen. It's inside Grajulis. The extra pass. Mayers just lost the ball. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Well, they got what they wanted. Mayers was close range there with seemingly an easy look, but he just couldn't hang on to the ball. 17.9 seconds left here in the first half, as Great Britain look to try and get it back to 10, maybe single figures if they can on this final play, although the way they've shot the three, it seems unlikely. Otisota into the game for these last few seconds. Here's Van Oostrom. Ticking it down. Sharma coming with the high screen. Gets the switch. Van Oostrom into the key. Out to Anderson for three. Doesn't go, and that's been the story of Great Britain's half. Cannot buy one from behind the arc. Latvia certainly have been able to knock down the three ball. And that's really the difference between the two teams. 6 made threes against none. And that's why at the half, Latvia lead Great Britain 40 points to 28. There you go, you see the difference. 6 of 16 versus 0 of 9. Latvia very efficient inside as well and doing a good job on the boards, partly because there's more rebounds for them to get, because Great Britain have been missing more shots. Lomash really got hot quickly for his 8 points to lead the way. Olasheni doing the damage early in the game, but Great Britain in that second quarter managing just 11 points. And that is where it really got away from them. And Latvia celebrating their World Cup berth in style here in the first half in Riga. Let's take a look back at the action from the opening 20 minutes. And there'll be a few of these in the highlights, the threes from Latvia. But they were getting good looks all over the place in the first 5 minutes of the game. Great Britain were able to keep with them for those first 5 minutes. But once the offense started to become difficult for Great Britain, that was when the difference between the two teams arrived. You can just see on these highlights how easy some of these scores were. And Latvia made the adjustment defensively and took away those easy buckets for Olasheni. Quite happy to watch Great Britain miss 3-point shots. And that also allowed them with the liberal rebounds to get out in the open court and cause Great Britain some problems. It's a good first half for Coach Banky and his team as they look to maintain this tremendous run of victories in World Cup qualifying. It is their best ever with 8 in a row. And who would bet against the 9th right now? They've made life very difficult for Britain at the offensive end. And as we see every time Latvia play in an international window, they've got guys who can knock down shots. And they certainly have been very efficient at that in this first half. Well, plenty of work for Great Britain to do, but Latvia on pace for another 80-point game as they seem to post it every time they play. They are an efficient offensive unit, and we've seen everything they have to offer here in Arena Riga over the first 20 minutes. And they are well on course for another victory. We're at the half. It's 40-28.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Attacks, pass. Now he's got it. Chachashvili in motion. Good spacing, good patience, and he crushes it. And he forces a timeout from Slovenia. As the music plays here in Tallinn, and really clever because Tobias Boy had turned his back on the inbounder.
Maybe the 7 seconds before they make their move. Here we go.
Oh, and the rejection.
But what a great play defensively.
Pulled out, Lacombe puts it on the floor, wraps it. Penetration goes inside Wembanyama, just gets it at the second attempt and puts the throw down off his own miss for two, and France tick it over. That'll settle the young man's nerves.
Felix steps back, one-footed three. Are you kidding me? Wow, it's the same place he made the other one, only that time with the step back and going off 1 foot. And now the drive, and the basket is good for Moritas. Going with the reverse layup and the spin.
With a good 11-point lead, though. Dumalu pass it inside, one-handed flush. Azar with the one-hander.
Here comes Iceland in blue, Georgia in white, if you're just joining us. And a big throwdown off the pick and roll. Tryggvi Hilnason, big, big move.
Gegic goes hard, slams it home. Gegic with the big throwdown from nothing. That's going to get the crowd back on their feet here. Bosnia regain the lead.
Now Great Britain cutting down to a 5-point ball game. Williams looks like he's going to go away. Jordan Williams, are you serious? My goodness gracious, give this man some credit. I mean, Jordan Williams just went on a ride and took the entire GB offense with him.
Well, so often when they run the top scorer highlights for Great Britain, it is this man, Gabe Olasheni, who certainly managed to find his way to the basket in the early stages. Latvia did a slightly better job as the half wore on, but he got 9 early points, and as ever, is the mainstay of Great Britain's offense. Probably needs the shooters now to make a few from outside just to free up a little bit of room for him inside, but you know he's going to come to work whenever he puts on a Great Britain vest, and he certainly has here this evening. Well, Latvia slightly more diverse in their scoring in that first half, because Lomash leading the way with 8, but they got contributions from up and down the roster. So it just happened really that he was the one who made 3 shots when everybody else was making 1 or 2. And that is what is dangerous when you're playing this Latvia team, is you never quite know where it's going to come from. They've got to go a lot of guys who can shoot the ball. They know their roles. They play really well together as a unit, irrespective of the 12 names on the back of the shirt. They really have looked great in the first 20 minutes, Latvia, as they have done all the way through this qualifying. There is a reason they top the group and are going to the World Cup, and we have seen it here tonight. Julius had 6 and Laxa had 5. And well, Great Britain played Latvia in the summer window and lost by 7, 80-87 on that occasion. And they had the likes of Porzingis playing, but Great Britain were able to hang on. They haven't been able to hang on so far in this game, so they're going to have to try and mount something of a comeback. I think the first 2 or 3 minutes of this second half are going to be super important in terms of how this game goes. If Latvia start the third quarter the way they started the first and second, they could really put this one to bed early. But if Great Britain can find some sort of momentum, get it back into single figures, they can put themselves in a position. We've seen them be in a position throughout this qualifying campaign. Indeed, on Friday night, they were right there with Serbia in the last minute of the game. But it was the Serbs who prevailed. Nelson and Wheatle have 6 points apiece to go with the 9 that Olasheni has scored. But probably their lack of outside threat has been the biggest challenge for Great Britain. 10 attempts from behind the arc, none made, and it's tough to win a game in the modern era without making a three-point shot. And it makes life a little more difficult for the bigs as well. Because the defenders can play a little more closely to the basket and just crowd them out. And that's what Latvia have been able to do in this game, but it only takes one. How often we've seen a team miss 10 in the first half, and then suddenly the first one in the second half goes in and everybody feels right about things. And that'll be what Great Britain will be hoping for. As I say, if they make a fast start here, even something like a 8-2 run to start the quarter, you know, 36-42, you're right in the game. And that's what I'm sure Coach Strudel will be hoping. He, however, will have different ideas. He'll know that these opening 2 or 3 minutes are time to put your foot on the throat of the opposition and put this one in the books. Let's cruise home in the fourth quarter and let the fans enjoy and celebrate it. There's Coach Strudel talking to Dan Clark, Great Britain's most capped player of all time, but highest scorer, highest rebounder of all time, retired from basketball in the summer, now a general manager at club level in the British Basketball League, and also providing that role for this window for Great Britain. And it would be good for them to keep somebody with that much experience involved in the setup going forward.
That's it. We've got to keep playing the same way, keep playing hard. Guard, you're going to set the tempo by getting up, not getting clipped any high pick and rolls. Bigs help each other out, rebound and run. They have to be one and done every single time, okay? They go into post entry here again with Timmers. Make sure we help build behind, okay? First possession, we're in chin 4 this way. Dev, Gabe, you're going this way for Luke, okay? Gonna flare Dev this side, make that side. Luke's got the ball. Again, Mel, get to the point of it before we ghost, okay? Get to the point of it before we ghost. Luke, we might see it, we might see Mel. Gabe, like, come here and circle back. And Mel's not playing on the catch. Post entry for Gabe, split game with Luke. Okay, yeah? First possession. High quality look. Hey, possession by possession every time. Possession by possession every time. 5 minutes, fellas. And again, second and third side, be aggressive. Attack, close out, get your feet in the paint. Lay up, kick out, go and get a good one. Our way, let's go. Our way, let's go. GB on 3, 1, 2, 3. GB, let's go, let's go.
Oh, plenty in there from Coach Strudel, but similar sort of emphasis to what I was just saying. These first few minutes are important for them to try and find a way back into this game. Second half underway here in Riga. Latvia with the opening possession, leading Great Britain by 12 in this FIBA World Cup qualifier here in Europe. Latvia with a turnover. They've already booked their ticket for the World Cup next year. Great Britain can't make it. Nelson. Anderson throwing it inside. Olasheni lost it. And he's looking at the referee, wondering if Chavez might have committed a foul in there. And the referee says no. Zoric for a push-off, surely. Just shoving Van Oostrom out of the way. It's that extension of the arm. Well, 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions. Coach Banky won't be pleased with that. Nelson into the key. That's going to be an offensive foul against Great Britain. So 2 turnovers for both teams. Neither coach will be happy. It's on the screen. Ken just sort of shoving him to the floor. Only the first one though on Gabe Olasheni. Bertans over to Zoric. Nice pass. Not sure where the defense was, but it was an easy lay-in for Klavs Chavez. Olasheni open. He's got that mid-range jumper. This time it doesn't go. Rajulis with the rebound. Zoric down the lane, trying to flip it up backwards, and that's going to be a foul on Tima. Again, it's one where they hadn't got the defense set, so he takes one for the team. Jordan Williams entering the game here. Oh, he's almost lost it. He's able to recover. Nelson for 3. Told you, sometimes the first one goes in. They were 0 of 10 from behind the arc, but the first one in the second half is good for Luke Nelson. Zoric with the runner off the back iron. Doesn't get the friendly roll, but Chavez is there. That was something Coach Strudel said in his halftime talk. One and done. Don't give them second chance opportunities. Here's Nelson down the lane, loses the ball. Olasheni, can he come up with it? No, Tima has it. Zoric, cross court, Bertans for 3 off the mark. Tima on the offensive glass. Rajulis, his 3 is short. Not quite been as free-flowing here to start the second half. Nelson with the behind-the-back pass that is turned over. Tima for 3, knocks it down. Giannis Tima with the triple, and it's a 16-point game. Van Oostrom, nice pass. Olasheni just fighting his way through, and there's a foul called. Tima's begging for a traveling violation, but it is a fist in the air to signal a foul that the referee is showing. So another look back at that Tima triple, to the joy of the fans. Julius's third foul. Nelson, tough one. Chavez winning the battle of the boards. Bertans, Grajulis. Bertans in the corner for three, got caught late by Jordan Williams. And Tyrus Bertans will go to the line where he will shoot 3 free throws. It's the third foul, probably a landing space foul as much as anything else on Williams. First one rims out. Not too many free throws in the first half for Latvia. They had been 4 of 5, and suddenly he's missed 2 in a row. He had been perfect. He went to the line for 3 in the first half, and he made them all. He went to the line for 3 in the second half, and he made only 1. Oh, Nelson, absolutely all on his own. Luke Nelson with a second 3 of this third quarter. Tima. Tima around the screen, drops it off to Chavez, out to Grajulis for 3. A little short, and Van Oostrom is able to pull in the rebound. Foul is called. I don't think anybody was happy in all of that. I was watching the two coaches. And one referee waving for a flop, and the other one was calling a foul on Olusheni. That's why everybody was a little perplexed. None more so than Coach Stutl. Prowling the sidelines. Back underway. Newman's bringing it forward. Tima under pressure from Wheatle. Foul called through the lane. I think it's Van Oostrom. Yep, 7-7 shown to the table. Number 2 on him. Number 4 on the team. Still 5:22 to go in this quarter. Tima traveled. Or did he hit the line? He hit the line. Well, both been a little careless with the ball. 23 turnovers in 25 minutes. Chavez got a little hand to that. Van Oostrom splitting the defenders, dropping it back, but there's another turnover. Williams with a mid-range, knocks it down. Nelson driving hard to the hole. Rebound by Williams, who's able to turn it into 2. Lomash. 16-9 on the second chance points. Tima. Oh, too nice from Giannis Tima. Just a little pump fake and decided to take it at the second attempt. Sometimes those ones fall short, but not this time. Giannis Tima showing his touch and knocking down yet another triple for Latvia. And they've stretched the lead to 17 and forced Great Britain into another timeout.
Possession by possession now. Possession by possession these next few minutes, okay? One time here, give me corners the point. Corners the point. We're going to try and get into chin fist with Pat, okay? Chin fist with Pat underneath, okay? So, D'Lo, you're coming up. Let me have call this side. Jordan. D'Lo, Gabe, okay? Makes sense? Pat's here. Yeah? Here, coming off it, okay? Stepping up and flaring, circle underneath. Don't play the two-man game, okay? Chin fist one time. Anticipate they're going to switch. Maybe there's a slip out there, okay? Yep. If there's nothing there on the catch, get that thing. High time. You have to get back and build every time. And every time. Let's go.
Well, Giannis Tima has certainly been lively in this second half for his team as they look to put their foot on the accelerator and get away from Great Britain. 9 points and a couple of assists for him. Weasel playing point guard now for Great Britain. Playing Chocha Unley into the game for the first time, and his first contribution is to turn it over. Lomash, freedom of the floor there for three, and he strings it. Way too much space. Because Lomash sends the lead to 20. Wheeling, trying to force it in. Ooh, it's on the floor. And it's Latvia hustling for it. Lomash gets it back. Mismatch inside, but it hits the rim on the pass. Here's Williams. And Lomash again taking one for the team there in transition. Got to stay in front, got to play the ball. He does both. But look how much time and space he had for three there. Sharma inside, lob to him, kick back out Nelson. Little floater, and Sharma, I'm not sure if it was a pass actually, because it was way off the mark, and it was in the hands of Sharma, who takes the contact and will go to the line. Sharma can't make any inroads into this deficit. Lomash up in the air looking for some help, and well, the only person who could have got his pass was him, and it would have been a travel, so he just watches it bounce out of bounds instead. Nelson attacks, and finishes. Great play from Luke Nelson. He's up to 14. Lomash is fouled. Lotiogli with the foul. Over the limit. Well, you could see from his facial expression as soon as it left his hand there that Lomash didn't think that was going in. Second one does. Ben Mockford returns to the game. The Newcastle Eagle playing for his coach, both domestically and internationally. Stutl taking over the reins at Britain's most successful club in the summer. Mockford to Sharma to the hole. It's a good challenge from Poshesniks. Didn't commit the foul, didn't swipe at the ball. Andreas Poshesniks. Here's Whelan. Whelan getting all the way to the rim, takes the foul, and he can't believe he didn't make it. He feels he should be going to the line for one, not two here. Big swipe down at the ball by Tima. His third. So he will get himself a breather. Locks are back in. Patrick Whelan at the foul line. Makes both of them. Poshesniks feeding it to Lomash, mid-range. Tipped out, I think Williams touched it last. It will be a Latvia ball. Lomash needs an outlet here, finds it from Poshesniks. Ben Mockford called for a holding foul on the screen. Over the limit, so it'll be two free throws, sorry. Which Poshesniks will take. First one a long way short from the big man, playing in his hometown of Riga. And a big roar from the locals as the second one goes in. Nelson trying to lead Williams to the basket, but just too far away from him. Cameraman trying to stand for the charge. Lomash. Williams with the rebound off the miss from Lehmann. Nelson, little high, but saved by Williams. Whelan out to Williams for three, misses everything. Laxa, offensive foul called on Pasheznik's inside, trying to post up against Josh Sharma. You can see them fighting for position, the arms are locked. So Great Britain get the ball back. 14.2 left in this third quarter. Third quarter that Latvia are leading by 6, 18-12. They scored 11 in the second, 12 in the third. Tough to win a game with 21 points in 2 quarters. Here's Nelson off the mark, 23 points even. And Lomash can't get it away before the buzzer. But Latvia in cruise control here in Riga, just easing away from Great Britain in the middle 2 quarters. End of 3, Latvia 58, Great Britain 40. Well, the big difference there. 9 of 23 versus 2 of 14 from 3-point range, but even in the 2-point shots, 63% for Latvia. They've just been super efficient. Let's take a look back at the action from the third quarter. It took both teams a little minute or two to get going, but when they did get going, it was really the Latvians who were in full string. Great Britain finally, through Luke Nelson, making a couple of threes, having gone 0 for 10 in the first half. But just easy stuff for Latvia. Good looks from behind the arc, like this one from Tima. Easy stuff at the basket. Just going through their whole repertoire. Not been too many easy looks like that one for Luke Nelson and co. Latvia offensively just seem to have more weapons and look more comfortable than Great Britain through this game. What a PA guy hyping the crowd up as if they need any more. Don't forget you can keep up to date with all the latest stream schedules and scores at Courtside 1891. Scan the QR code and find your way there. Well, Shenny back into the action for Great Britain. Can they get some sort of momentum here at the start of the fourth? Got a lot of work to do in terms of winning the game, but can they at least get themselves back within touching distance? Nelson to Olasheni. Good ball movement. Whelan in the corner for three, knocks it down. And Patrick Whelan is a guy that can heat up in a hurry. I'll take it. Mayers now looking to reply. Loose ball is not kept in play. While a score and a stop. Gets an applause from Coach Stutl. So what you got to do in this situation, just ask the question of the other team here. If Great Britain can get the first 3 scores of this quarter, it'll probably force a timeout. It's going to have to be a substitution here. Chavez must have a cut or a knock or something. There's Wheatle. Drives in under pressure off the glass. And Great Britain have the first 5 points of the fourth quarter here. And the gap narrows to 13. Well, stopping a score, as I say, I think we'll see a timeout from Coach Banky. Laxa looking for three and finding it. You can wave that. Ooh, there's just a little something there underneath the basket. The referee's going to have a little conversation here. Otis Arter was involved in the fracas. So too was Mockford. And the referee just saying, shake hands, get on with it, play nicely. Well, he's not going to get to play nicely because he's gone to the bench. And there is Bertans back in the game. Nelson attacks the rim, is denied by Meyers, kept in bounds. Here's Meyers going the other way. And Lomash wheels out, down to Grajulis. Deep three, rims out, Whelan with the rebound. Whelan feeling it here in the fourth. His second three of this quarter. As I said, he is a guy that once he gets going, you've got to get out to him. I think Latvia will have realized that now. Kickball on Olasheni. Lomash shaking past Whelan and knocking down the three. What a ball game Rickard Lomash is having. 15 points now for him. See both teams shooting 46 shots. Latvia have made 5 more. Nice pass. Olasheni underneath for the lay-in. Bertans, good lead pass. Is that a step? It is a step. Meyers on that one had to go up to avoid a traveling violation. Well, a penny for his thoughts. Well, I don't think you need a penny, do you? Slamming his water bottle down, not happy at that 16th turnover. Even less happy if Great Britain score here. Here's Mockford for three. Mockford hits the three, and Coach Banky straight to the table says, I need a timeout here. We've got to talk this over, because Great Britain all of a sudden have started making threes, and they're just reeling Latvia back in. It's still an 11-point lead with 6:55 to go. It's a lot of points, but Coach Banky wants to talk it over.
We don't have screens. We don't have passes. Play serious. Play serious. Hey, these offense, we go one down. Okay? Martin, get open. Format screen. Bob. Okay? Screen here. DHO.
Well, apologies if there's any inappropriate language in there, but he's obviously not happy. No contact on the offense, leaving open three-point shooters. I mean, Mockford and Whelan, that is their scout report there. Both great three-point shooters. And they both had a ton of space. And then offensively, turnovers causing Coach Banki's ire. Well, Latvia's lead was as many as 20. It's just 11 now. Lomash feeding it inside, the extra pass. Rajulis needs to go up here on the shot clock buzzer. It's away and it's good. Oh, what a shot from Bertans. Looked like Great Britain might force him into a 24-second violation, but Bertans used every tenth he could and knocked down the three. Olasheni getting in close. Can't force it over the rim, but he will go to the line. Nice pass from Luke Nelson. Rajulis will have to sit down after picking up his fourth personal foul. Szczesnik comes in for him. Darushafakas, Gabe Olasheni at the free throw line, trying to put pressure on, but missing the first foul shot. He's been around the 80% mark through qualifying, but he goes 1 for 2 this time. Lomash gets it away. He's open for three. Well, any concerns? Laxa, sorry, hits the three. Any concerns that Coach Banki had in that timeout seem to have gone now. 2 threes back to back. Gaps back to 16. Wheatle all the way to the lane. No help whatsoever. And an easy one for Paul Wheatle. Laxa. Mayers, look how close Wheatle is guarding him. Nelson coming in, trying to steal the ball away. Mayers gets a shot off. Wheatle with the rebound. Oh, Olasheni, the freedom of the key, lays it in for 2. Oh, Great Britain not going away here. If they could get it to 7 or 8, you just wonder what that does for the psyche of the Latvians, who've looked comfortable. Slapped loose by Nelson off the leg. And that will be a Great Britain ball. Just keeping an eye there, because there's a few words. There's going to be a warning in there for Lomash, who's still chuntering away to himself as he heads off to the bench. He thought he got fouled. The referee was happy with the defense of Nelson. That's why Great Britain have got the ball back. Can they get it under 10? Nelson trying to do exactly that. Back iron on the 3. Zoritz around the screen. Szczesnik's rolling to the basket. Wheatle with the help. Traveling violation called against Szczesnik. Well, I said he might be feeling a bit happy. He's probably not now. I mean, 12 points in 4:20 is still a lot to do for Great Britain. But it's not as comfortable as it looked. There's just no need for that from Bertans. Nelson is 40 feet from basket. Mind you, coach was saying, we've got fouls to give in the timeout. I suppose there is that. Here's Nelson again, splitting through the defenders. Nelson dumps it off Olasheni to the basket. Just couldn't quite force it home. Well, they've had 2 chances to get it to 10 or 9. They've not taken either of them. Latvia, Latvia, the cry from the home fans. Trying to see their team over the line here. Zoric out to Myers to the rim. Nice. Timeout call by Great Britain. 3:42 to go. They still trail by 14. Well, you've got to give them credit for the way they've stuck to the task here, Great Britain. Down 20 on the road. Easy to pack it in, but they've anything but.
Swing where we're at, okay? So, yeah, keep going. Luke, I know it's tough. I know you're putting everything into the game for me, okay? Keep playing on this first one. Keep playing with it. They're denying. Go back door, go play the next action, okay? Look, in 55, we had 1 possession, people, where we had a trap here. You were the next man. You've got to come over sometimes, okay? We had 1 possession. So any single time we score, we're trying to go 55 up the court where we can. These trapping areas here, okay? If they're going downhill and the next one can come, make sure we keep moving. 4 skips, 4 skips, 4 skips, okay? Let's go, stay with it, let's go. Keep it through, 1, 2, 3.
Giannis' team are making his way back out onto court for Latvia for these last few minutes of the game. It's a game they've led throughout. Great Britain never been in front. And 14 down with 4 to play, less than that in fact. Here's Whelan. Whelan's going to take another 3. Not this time. Wheatle trying to knock it loose, but Latvia secure the possession. Team are wide open in the corner. Oh, he missed it. I was convinced that was going in for Giannis' team up. Nelson, for a second, had a lot of room, but Zoric's got to him. Now Nelson for 3, rims out. Laxer with the rebound, and I get the feeling that Great Britain's race might be run here, or maybe not, because Nelson with the steal, he'll run it back, and he'll finish well. 12 points in 2.5 minutes. You've seen it done. It's just whether Great Britain have enough offense. Burton's trying to shut the door and doing exactly that with the 3 in the corner. And it's back to 15. Not loose by Laxer. Whelan's able to keep it. Whelan. In the corner is Wheatle. He hits the 3. And we're into the final 2 minutes. Teamer hits the deck, and I think Whelan's going to get called for it. He's setting the screen. It's just a bit of a collision. Szczesnik's going to work. Olasheni commits the foul. Front iron on the first. Oh, he's missing both. It's a lane infringement. I didn't see who went in first, but it must have been a British player, because he's going to get another go at it. My suspicion is it was probably Weekle trying to box out. And he makes amends. Relaxers going to sit down probably for the last time, I would say, with 1:43 to go in the ball game. Nelson. GB's race has been run surely now. Scoring three. No, Weekle in the corner. On the three, Mike is going to rebound, does, but misses the layup. And we're inside the 4 minute, and now the home fans really can start to celebrate. Listen to the noise as they cheer their World Cup bound team. Secured their berth on Friday. This is their first home game since that. And a chance to really enjoy that achievement, first ever World Cup appearance for Latvia. And they'll be a tough squad to face if you get them in the group stages next year. They've got a lot of offensive weapons, some guys to add into that as well. And they've been really good. They haven't quite made 80, so that run of 80 points a game will just come to an end. But the coaches shake hands, and Coach Banke celebrates at the end, and Latvia have claimed yet another victory in World Cup qualifying. They move to 7-1. It's finished here. Latvia 79, Great Britain 63. Well, Coach Stukel will have liked the effort and fight from his team in the fourth quarter, where they tried to find some inroads into it, but the reality is they didn't put enough points on the board in the middle quarters, and they couldn't slow down Tima and co. And you have to do it at one end or the other. You're either going to have to put 85-90 on the board, or you're going to have to keep Latvia to a lower number than 79 if you're going to win. 6-24, all in the second half. They were 6 of 14 in the second half, Great Britain from behind the arc. The rebounding skewed slightly by GB's low shooting percentages, but Latvia making sure they didn't get as many second chance opportunities as perhaps they could have. Lomash finished with top scorer with 15, but it was up and down the roster that they got contributions. Nelson and Olasheni, as ever, for Great Britain, their main threats when it comes to scoring. Well, a chance for these fans to celebrate and show their appreciation for this group of players as they continue to pretty much beat all before them across Europe, home and away. They are on a tremendous run of form. As I say, no matter who is in the squad, they seem to bring it every window. And they brought it again in this window. 2 wins, one by 20 on the road, one by 16 at home, to move them to 7-1 overall in qualifying and book their berth to the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Asia next year. And as I said, they will take some beating. The way they play, they certainly have a great strength in depth for Coach Banky to call on. Let's take a look back at the action from tonight's game. And well, the key difference, just the consistency of Latvia to keep the scoreboard ticking throughout. And they were able to turn up their defense a little bit at times and force Great Britain into spells where they couldn't quite match them. And their three-point shooting throughout was pretty good. Great Britain came to that party in the second half, largely in the fourth quarter where they hit 4. But Latvia always had enough in reserve to weather any late storm that Great Britain threatened to throw at them. And that is why they top this World Cup group. Patrick Whelan in the fourth quarter trying to spark some life into his team with a couple of threes, but it wasn't to be for Great Britain. They've got one more window to try and find some sort of winning formula. Just can't buy one at the minute. And it's largely due to their inability to put a big enough number on the board. I think defensively they're reasonably good. As I say, Latvia have been scoring 80 for fun against everybody. But they kept them to 79. But Great Britain, 63. Tough to win with that sort of number, particularly on the road. So these two teams have a couple more fixtures to play. Great Britain at home against Belgium in February. And then that same weekend away at Serbia for Latvia. The Friday night is in Turkey. The Monday night is here against Greece. 24th and 27th of February, those games. Latvia looking to continue their run. Confirmation of the one result so far. Latvia beating Great Britain. The other 2 games started later than us. So keep your eye on social media for the results of those 2 games. But another good win for Latvia. 79 points to 63 they've won here. And as you can see, their flag is on the board as it was. Half of Europe now qualified. Canada booking their ticket from the Americas last night. It's starting to fill up across the board, but still a few places left in Europe. Some of them may be decided tonight. Some will go to February, but Latvia will be there.